Back next week. I want to read to you today from the book of Mark. And if you want to follow along, it's Mark chapter 8, verse 31. And it says, and this is concerning Jesus, and it says, and he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and scribes and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. And he spake that openly. And Peter took him and began to rebuke him. But when he had turned about and looked on his disciples, he rebuked Peter, saying, Get thee behind me, Satan, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but the things that be of men. Now, I don't know altogether how you see this particular text, but I want to just talk with you for a minute about a very profound thing to me that Jesus is doing here, and something that I really think that we need to be able to do. I am concerned with a lot of the things that I'm seeing and hearing today, and we've lost something. And with God's help, I'd like to maybe restore that this morning. You see, Jesus was telling all this group of people that was following him, the men and women that were he had certain disciples that was 12, but he had another larger group of men and women who followed him. And so he looked on all in them. He was trying to tell them all, listen, I'm going to be handed over, and I'm going through this situation where I'm going to be killed and rise again, and all this trouble was coming. And he wanted to make sure they knew the trouble was coming, because he was trying to prepare them for what they were going to have to face, as God does us. You know, a lot of times we can see trouble coming. Not always. Sometimes we're blindsided. But a lot of times after the fact, someone will tell me, and I've heard it, and I felt that way myself, well, I knew that was going to happen. Even though we'd done nothing about it, even though it didn't seem obvious at the time, later when we think about it, it's like, yeah, I could see that coming. I don't know why I didn't see that, or why I didn't do something about that. I knew there was something wrong. We often are like that. And so Jesus was trying his best to make sure they weren't caught unprepared, unready, unstable when everything went to falling apart. So what he did was be upfront and open with them. Well, Peter stepped forward and began to rebuke him. I don't know what is translated as rebuke here. And basically, what that means is he's tried to correct the Lord. In other words, he thought the Lord was wrong about this. He thought somehow the Lord had just developed a bad attitude, or was gotten depressed or discouraged, or was thinking about giving up. He felt like that he needed to straighten the Lord out because he was looking at things wrong. And a good friend does that. But the mistake Peter was making was his ideas weren't coming from him. And I want to talk to you about for a few minutes, is what is so fascinating to me, was Jesus recognized that his dear good friend that he loved, and knew that Peter loved him, he says, Get behind me, Satan. He spoke not to Peter, but to the voice that was coming from Peter, that was coming through Peter's voice, but it was not Peter's influence. And I want to talk to you today, friend, about something that people have forgotten, or else just don't believe. See, most people today don't believe in Satan. I've watched over my life people stop believing in evil to the understanding that we have always, and the way the Lord describes it here. Listen, evil is a big reality that we all have to deal with in the world. It's the number one thing that most people give for the reason they don't believe in God or believe in a good God, is because of the evil. It would be hard for even the most sophisticated in their philosophy thinking to say to me, I don't believe that evil exists. The issue is that we have come to think that evil is not a bigger picture, but a small thing. You see, Jesus didn't look at Peter and say, now, Peter, you're wrong. You get away from me, Peter. You're thinking like a man and not like God. He didn't say, Peter, you're wrong. He said, Satan, you're wrong. Who is this Satan? Satan is this personification of evil. And he goes by a lot of different names. He's called Satan in the Hebrew scriptures, the first which simply means adversary. He's called the devil. He's called, the Lord calls him Satan here. He's called Lucifer in one place. He is called the dragon, the serpent. He's got a lot of names. He's had the name of Belial, Beelzebub, Mephistopheles. He's had a lot of different names. He's the prince of darkness, the father of lies, the accuser of the brethren. Whatever he is called, he is taken on. It's who we have decided to picture and label, because we think in symbols and we think in images. We put this Antichrist, in other words, we have Christ, who is a representation of all that is good and all that is perfect in God. And we have Satan, his counter, who is the representation of all that is destructive and all that is dark and evil in the universe. And so he was saying that Peter this wasn't Peter speaking. This was the influence of evil on Peter. And that's what we've lost. We think that the people we see on TV that are evil. We think that people in politics, depends on which side you're, we think the Democrats are evil, or the Republicans are evil, the conservatives are evil, or the liberals are evil. And what we fail to understand is that evil works on both sides. Listen, friend, the reason most people don't believe in Satan and don't believe in evil or anything personified that way is, I can tell you, Satan doesn't care if anyone believes in him. Matter of fact, he would prefer you didn't believe in him. He's not hungry for attention. All he wants is cooperation. All he wants is you to just do evil. Evil just will come to anyone. And what we fail to be able to do in our day is separate the evil from the person. We've become a cancel culture. If someone does something wrong or says something wrong or does something bad, we think they're altogether evil and we just want them thrown away. We think the best way to get rid of evil is to kill the person that the evil is coming from. But that don't work. Most of you know the story about Noah and the ark. It's not a story about a man in a little boat saving a bunch of little animals. It's a deeply profound story that says that the creator of the universe, God, saw the whole world was evil. So to save that and get rid of the evil, he went and found this good man with a good little family. And he took them and put them in a boat. And he took a whole bunch of animals, which were innocent to start with. But he had this innocent good man and this little family. They were all the same race. They were all the same ethnicity. They were all the same religion. They were all the same family, all kinds of everything, same social status, same everything, all of the things that we say is our problems today. And he put them all in this little boat where they didn't have no problems, and none of that was there. Spared them, destroyed everything else, put them back out on the earth and told them to go. And you know, this story has got far more than people argue over whether the flood could be whatever. You're missing the whole point. The point of the story is that these little people that were handpicked, there was nothing wrong with them. As soon as they got out, that's where we get this rainbow. Why? Because God said, this ain't going to fix this. Man always will have evil in his imaginations and in his heart, and he will do evil things. And I'm not going to destroy everything with floods anymore because of that. And it wasn't something God didn't know. This whole story, this told the way it is to drive home a point. This is the very first chapters of the Bible, to drive home a point that you can't get rid of evil by getting rid of certain people. And we can't get rid of evil by getting rid of certain groups of people. There's going to be evil will pop up somewhere else. The only way we can fight this is as Jesus. You have to confront it. You have to recognize that this isn't the person. We get rid of this person, we'll solve this. That's not it. We can't make more laws. You can't make evil illegal and get rid of it. We know that. You're not supposed to lie, but people still lie. You're not supposed to murder. It's against a lot of murder. People still murder. There's all kinds of laws on the books and in the Bible, but it doesn't and has not gotten rid of evil. It's still here. And we're still suffering from it every day. And I can tell you something, Satan doesn't want us to get rid of our adversaries. He wants to keep the Democrats fighting the Republicans and the Libertarians. He wants to keep the conservatives fighting the liberals and the liberals fighting the conservatives. He wants to keep the churches fighting with each other and us of different faiths fighting with each other and us of different nationalities fighting and us of different races fighting and us of different gender fighting. He wants to keep us fighting, and he works on both sides. He puts evil things in my mind and evil things in your mind and tries to get us together where we'll think it's each other that's doing all this and just destroy ourselves and destroy each other. I want you to know something this morning. We are going to have to be like the Lord and learn how to differentiate between the person and evil. Fighting the person won't get rid of evil. Let's fight the evil behind the person. You see, what do? How do you fight lies? Be honest. You start being honest. You can do something about this at your house. I don't have to go to Washington or Frankfurt, or I don't have to get on TV or go to the news media or have a reporter or write a blog or do whatever. I can start being honest at home. I can start being honest in my business, and I will push away. Every time you hear about somebody lying or being deceitful, do what you can do about it. What do? Expose them? That's not as important as you being honest with yourself. Be honest with the people in your world. Don't steal. Don't take anything that doesn't belong to you. Whenever you hear about someone embezzling or stealing or cheating someone, how do you fight that? You be honest. You refuse to steal. When the voice comes to you and says, hey, nobody's looking, take that. Or who cares? Everybody cheats, take that. Or who cares? Everybody has to lie to get what they want. Don't you fall into that. You stand against that. And that is the most powerful thing, friend. I know everybody says we just need to pray. We need to do more than pray. The Lord went and prayed, but he went out in the wilderness, faced the devil head on, and he prayed there and he fasted there. But when the battle was won was when he confronted the evil head on. We have to start doing the right thing. Listen, if you don't believe nothing else I say to you this morning, believe this. You don't overcome evil with evil. You can't do it. You have to overcome evil with good. If you want to see change, start at your house. If you want to see order come back to everything, clean up your room, straighten up your house, get your things in order, pay your bills, be honest with your neighbor, clean up around your house, be good to the person who lives next door or the person in the apartment upstairs or downstairs or the next door to you. Be good to those people. Try to be a good neighbor. If you want peace to come back, try to be a good neighbor to the people in your world. Try to bring peace to your world. Start there. If you want to start having better things on, stop watching trash and stop supporting a lot of stuff that's garbage and start putting some good things into your mind. Stop looking at pornography. Stop looking at these incredibly dark shows that don't do nothing but cause you to fear and fill your mind with fear and hate and vengeance. Don't watch this videos on TV and on the social media that just makes you angry and makes you want to hate people. Listen, you got to understand, be like Jesus. Recognize when you see an evil, that's not just contained in that one person, even though it may appear to be. That evil is bigger than that. And that evil that's in that person that you hate so much, if you aren't careful, friend, that same evil will live in you and it will end up destroying you and using you to do something that you will regret 1,000 times. Overcome evil with good. Start praying. Start reading the Bible. Start reading spiritual things that elevate your thoughts and make you think bigger. Start recognizing of the things that are beautiful. Look for beautiful things. Listen to more music. Sing if you know songs. Learn how to sing. Do the things that are good, that are positive. Go to church. Attend worship services. Call your friends and pray for those who have needs. Give to those people who have things around you. Donate things to people. Donate time. Donate money. Give to the... And every time you do something good like that, you are directly fighting the evil that you see in someone that's far away or in some place that's not close to you. You want to overcome hate crime. We don't need more laws that say it's a hate crime. We need more love, man. That's not what we need. We don't need more laws that tells us it's wrong to hate. We need more love that overcomes the hate, that overcomes the evil. We need more truth to overcome the lies. We don't need more education. It's good to not. Ignorance is a terrible inhibitor, but if I'm evil in my heart and I've embraced evil, you make me smarter, I can just do more evil. But intelligence in the heart of someone good can make the whole world a better place. I wanted to stop in and share with you. We couldn't be in church. This is what I'd have shared with my congregation if we'd been able to be there today. And that is, we got to come to be like Jesus could do. We got to separate evil from our neighbors and our friends and our family and our leaders and the people we are around. Evil is real and it works through people, but it's not selective. And I can also tell you this, God is not selective. He works through people too. God can change people. Peter went on to be someone that the Lord trusted. You know, Peter later said that to the Lord, Lord, I'll die for you. I would die for you. I'd fight for you. I'd die for you. I'd never let them kill you. And the Lord looked at him and he said, Peter, you're going to deny me before men, different depending on which account. One says 3 times before the cock crows. One says before the cock crows 3 times, whatever. Anyway, you're going to deny me before everyone. You're going to say you don't even know me. And I don't know what that made Peter feel like or whatever, but Jesus immediately followed it with the passage that you'll hear in every funeral nearly. Immediately after telling Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times, he said, but let not your heart be troubled, neither be afraid. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house are many mansions, and I go to prepare a place for you. You realize what he was saying to Peter? Peter, I know you're weak. I know you'll fail me, and I know evil influences what you do sometimes, but there'll still always be a place for you in my Father's house. I'll make sure of it. I'll prepare a place for you. And friend, we've got to leave room for the people in our lives that are currently under control of evil, because we've all been there. We've all been influenced by it, and we all continually have to resist it. Pray for those around you who are under the influence of the enemy today. And you may not believe in Satan, and you may think this is all mythological. So be it. It may be a myth concerning a reality. As every myth is, it is a truth encapsulated in a story just to make it easier to understand, like a parable. Evil is real, and we know that, but God is real, and he is greater. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. We can overcome evil. Be not overcome by evil, but overcome evil for good, the scripture says. Render not evil for evil. What does that mean? Don't just try to fight evil with more evil. We both lose. May the Lord be with you this day. May he protect you. Let us go forward. Start fighting evil in your own heart, in your own life, in your own family, in your own workplace, at school, wherever you are. Be honest. Be true to God. Be faithful. And friend, if you've never given your life to Christ, if you've never surrendered yourself to God, if you've never pledged your soul and asked him to forgive you for the evil that you've done, I encourage you greatly to do that. That's the first place to start. Make that decision today that you're going to make a difference in this world. And the greatest difference you can make is by resisting evil wherever you find it. And not only just resist, but overcome it by doing something good. The Bible says the one that stole, let him steal no more. And that he needs to learn how to earn money so he can have money to give away. How do you overcome stealing? Giving. There's a balance there, friend, that you can overcome and tilt it back to where good can prevail. May the Lord bless you with a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And hopefully, church, we'll get to meet again next Sunday.